Hi, beloveds. So nice to be here with you. I feel I need to move backward a little bit so you can see me really good. So I'm looking forward to assist you all with a September energetic ascension and awakening update. So how are you feeling, guys? We're leaving August behind. So I will talk about September. Whoops. And also talk a little bit. I need to fix my construction here a little bit so it doesn't fall down. I'm in the woods. So I'm going to talk a little bit about September and the energies and the overall intention that the energy and the opportunities that the energies of September is presenting for us in our ascension journey. And in the end, usually my teams, my family of light, assist us with an activation that you can keep doing during September if you feel it assists you. So how are you doing, beloveds? We are finally leaving August behind. I need to say finally because there were so many deaths and rebirths throughout August. It was by far the most intense, most beautiful, most awakening month of the year so far. I want to thank you all for the huge work we did on the Egyptian timeline healing and activation. We really assisted the new timeline like massively through that work, and I'm personally still integrating that work. That was the strongest work I've done with you guys so far, and I feel that so many of you have said that you've already revisited the replay, and I'm about to do it myself. So okay, so let's open the field in the highest capacity of God's infinite love, infinite light, infinite power. And we ask for full protection and connection by the eternal living light code of God. We also open a transit exit shadow vortex for any dead negative energy that needs to be removed throughout this transmission. And we ask for only what is the highest of the highest of the highest for each and every one to come in and come through this transmission, update, and activation. So there's a couple of topics that my guides really wanted me to address for this month. And I feel that a big topic, probably the source of everything, not probably, it is the source of everything, is how can I find constant peace, loving compassion, and forgiveness in my everyday life and in every given moment, right? So finding peace in what is, finding peace in what has been, finding peace in what has not been, finding compassion, loving compassion towards ourselves, our journey, and also the journey for those around us, and also finding forgiveness in our heart towards ourselves, our trial and errors, but also forgiveness towards those around us. And there's a solution to that, and that's our connection to the highest vibration, the highest frequency there is, and that's source, and that's God. So I usually talk a lot about God, and it has nothing to do with a God in religions. So it's really important that we, throughout this coming months in this part of the year, as this is the year, the 7th year, which is for all of us about deepening our spiritual path and our spiritual connection. So as many of you that have been following me for a while, you know that there's huge amount of crucifixion implants in the field, in our light body, and we're clearing them. We're clearing religious templates. And even if many of you might be religious here. That's completely fine. Like, we allow everyone to have their own relationship with source, with God. But something that is coming online is for us to really to dare to express our connection with source and God, daring to retrieve the word God without really feeling fear, or if we feel fear of judgment, that we clear that, because it is only about your connection with source and God, your connection, your relationship, your everyday strengthening of God's source. No one else can tell you what God is. You need to deepen that journey within yourself from your heart, because you are a seed of God, and we all are. And to find that peace in every moment, that compassion and forgiveness in every moment towards ourselves and those around us, there is a journey into finding God on a deeper and deeper and deeper layers all the time. I'm trying to adjust my camera here. So this is the journey, and September, October, November, December will be all about that, because we can clear as much as we want, we can do as much as we want, but if our connection to source, to God, is not stable, if it doesn't continue to increase as our light body and our consciousness level increase, and as we are advancing on our ascension journey, if we don't continuously strengthen our connection with God's source, it will be less pleasant. This is really everything. And many of us, I usually say Karaya Sata Allah, which is the crystal's breastplate protection. And many of us have the crystal's mission, which means that we are here to embody Christ consciousness and be a pillar of Christ consciousness, emanating that vibration in every single moment. And that means that retrieving the word God and showing people that we are not weird, we are really managing life amazingly. And the more we trust and surrender and give in to source and God, the more our life will start to manifest into the most beautiful creation. It's that moment when we surrender and follow the guidance of source of God and the divine will of God's source, because it's always the highest. Our ego personality will dissolve, and our higher self will come online, and our entire morphogenetic field will shift, and everything will come into synchronicity, because God's source is the creator of the most magnificent life and timeline accessible for us. And the creator is here to assist us into the third dimension, the third universe, which is beyond the sixth dimension. And the third universe is about fully flowing into the creation of source. So that is one of the topics. So really seeding every single day. The best thing is the first thing you do in the morning to really strengthen that connection. And when you wake up in the morning, you are committing. That's why the 12D shield that I always talk about is so beautiful, because we declare a statement that we are here to serve source, and we want to be fully connected to that energy, which also shields us from any dark negative energy which is surrounding this planet also. So that is one of the things. Another thing that is arising massively, and it has been ongoing the whole summer for us here in the northern southern hemisphere. I can't speak like the human language sometimes when I'm channeling. It's like I'm seeing the codes. So the false parenting. Let's talk about that, because it's really connecting to God's source, Holy Mother, Holy Father, okay? So the deeper we come into the ascension, the more we remember who we are, the more we remember that the parents, our biologic parents, they are equal to us. They are also souls on this journey, really having incarnated here to clear their contracts, there was a decision between them and us to incarnate as parents and child. So the traumas and the challenges we needed to experience could occur. And what the false parenting program wants to make us do is to loop us into an ongoing false therapy of trying to heal our wounds towards our parents. So the more we ascend, the more we need to connect with our true parents, which is Holy Mother, Holy Father, Divine Mother, Divine Father. And we are all children of the Son, children of God. And the moment we stop blaming our parents for what has been, and instead taking self-ownership in healing our wounded inner child, which only we can do, everything changes. That's when the pain dissolves. I don't mean that when painful traumas arises from our childhood that we should not go into it. We should go into it. Take care of your inner child. Sit with your inner child. But you are the parent that is going to heal the inner child of yours through your connection with God's source, right? With the peace, compassion, and forgiveness. So if you feel that you are stuck in resentment towards your parents and you're not coming out of it, understand that somehow that false parent program has been installed inside of you. It absolutely is part of the divine plan, so you can understand that. And also understanding maybe one of your children also are stuck in that false parent program. It is also our responsibility to actually say that I'm not going to continue in this false blame game thing. If you want to work with this, let's do it, but I'm not going to be in an eternal guilt towards you because of the traumas that was creating in our family constellation. So the more we ascend, the more we understand that our parents are souls exactly as us, and the more we connect to God's source, the more we take self-responsibility and move into that peace, compassionate, forgiveness state, everything shifts. And again, the morphogenetic field shifts. And not only that, our ancestor lineage is being cleared, and the deep healing of the ancestral lineage starts. And that's one of the main missions we came here to dissolve. We didn't come here to continue the trauma and the pain of our ancestors. We came here to release them and release our parents from going around with guilt, shame, and the codependency, right? I've been talking about the new relationship and family template, and this is all happening now. Huge, big, like a really, really huge intelligence. I said before, I'm in the midst of the woods. Please, camera, stabilize. Now, we have a big, intelligent ascension plan that lately came online because of the new timeline. This is big. Like when I saw this, when it was presented, I didn't understand it immediately, but this morning I got the last puzzle piece. A huge very heightened intelligence ascension plan has been created for the new timeline. So I can't explain what is happening on a macro level because it's very, very advanced. But let's say that the distorted feminine, the distorted masculine, the separation between genders, the Luciferian, satanic, like all of these things is being cleared on so many levels. The inorganic timelines, the artificial timelines, and everything is being cleared. And on the macro level, the angels, the archangels, the dragons, the ascended masters, the blue Melchizedeks, all of them are working. And God, of course, and our family of light, our cosmic galactic families are working on a macro level incredibly at this moment for this ascension plan to go online. And we are working on it on a micro level in our everyday experiences. So I want to say that when we are experiencing conflicts, let's say in our families or at work, or inner conflicts between our female masculine, you are doing the mission. By committing, working, growing, you're working on what the ascended masters, our family of light and God is working on a macro level. We are doing it on a micro level, and it's all happening simultaneously. So when you do things in the micro level on your everyday life and your inner growth and moving more and more into peace, compassion, and forgiveness, you're also assisting the macro. This is a little bit fun about my camera. It was like when I was on this windy beach. So I just guess that this makes me center in between. Okay, so macro, micro. Understand, as I said always on my webinars, I'm not the creator. We're all here in creating, because what is our main goal here? It is to return back into unity. We are not separated. We never were separated. So everything you are doing on an everyday basis is co-creating the morphogenetic field of the collective field. Don't think for a minute that when you clear shadow inside of you, that doesn't affect the whole morphogenetic collective field. It does. Every time you manage to come back into compassionate witnessing, forgiveness towards those that misbehaves around us, you're assisting the collective field into much more awakening. So keep doing this. But also, what I would like to say with peace, compassion, and forgiveness, it doesn't mean that we need to have all those people that are not treating us well around us and close to us. No, we can, in distance, love, be in peace, compassionately loving them, and also forgiving them, because we understand their soul's traumas, but we can do it from a distance. Because as we also are ascending, and this month is a lot about, really creating the most high vibrational environment for us. I mean, our spiritual commitment has taken next level for me, for us, for all of you. I know you feeling that. So if I'm going to be able to serve, I cannot be in lower vibrational dramas. I can work with the dramas if that person are willing to work and take self-responsibility as I am, right? But if they don't want, we need to remove them from our closest field, and we can love them compassionately and forgive them from distance. So, but this huge ascension plan that is now coming online is really going to create a big acceleration. And that's also why the 22nd of October, as you probably noticed, that me, team, Diana Cooper, we're going to Portugal, because there's going to be like a cosmic moment for us, an opportunity to retrieve our monadic selves and merge into our monadic under our 144 soul extensions, that many of them are trapped in inorganic artificial timelines. They are trapped in different and in different places. And now there's time for us, because we decided to come here. And I said this on the webinar: you're a higher priestess, you're a higher priest, you're a powerful soul if you decided to come here now on earth. Don't think that you're just, like Mia, 48 years, living in an apartment in Järna, okay, maybe it doesn't look so special, but our soul is grand. Listen, your soul is grand. You have lived through eons of lifetimes. You've been king, queens, priests, priestesses. And right now, compassionately, we need to understand the power and the divinity we hold as souls, because here we are here on a grand mission. Another thing for this coming month is also understanding the dark night of the soul. When I entered the spiritual path, I thought it was going to be one dark night of the soul. No, it keeps coming, and somehow it gets deeper and deeper. Maybe not harder, but we talk about the onion, right? The layers of the onion. First layers were more to adjust my outer fields, right? And then you come closer and closer, and the core parts of that onion, holy smoly, they are intense, because it's about dropping all the identities that has been serving you, all the qualities that other people have been putting on you that has been serving you, into staying safe in the third dimension, right? Your job, your career, everything, the looks you have decided, blah blah blah, all of that needs to be dissolved. And that dark night of the soul will make you, the core parts of the dark night of the soul is going to make you see what you need to take responsibility over. And that's really coming into the core of living by the universal laws, by the natural laws of God, and really in every single moment understand that there's a cause and effect in everything I do and everything I don't do, everything I say and everything I don't say. Come on, it's intense to see that. So as we are going to keep experiencing the dark nights of the soul, there's really this very important period of being able to see that when I am experiencing huge emotions, it is because the sun flares are coming in massively. And what are the sun flares doing? They're coming in, and they're going to trigger everything in my light body that is not organic. The sun flares, the plasma that is coming through, even the codes of Christ consciousness, will trigger everything in my light body that is of shadow, that is of artificial energy, and that is inorganic. So it will stir things up, okay? And I can't blame it on anything else or anyone else, really. So if someone behaves badly and I start to get emotional, I need to stop, center, and take self-responsibility and not run into different distractions. And like, okay, let's look here. What is it within me that creates pain? And it's an opportunity. So I don't mean that we're going to dwell into the dark night of the soul and the emotions, but we take self-responsibility, we center, we witness, and then we take self-mastery and like, okay, so why is this triggering me, right? So I had an experience this summer where a person that is kind of close to me really are going through a really intense period himself, and what showed up was like the deepest part of me, the fear of not being loved and liked by someone I see as an important person around me. And because of my traumas in my childhood, and the very unsecure family situation, I needed, for a survival mechanism, to be loved and liked to survive. I needed to find strategies. So my whole life has been about, the core pain of making sure that I'm being liked and loved when I feel I need to be liked and loved. And that was so painful to go in and understand that if I surrender, I will still be survive if I'm not being loved and liked by everyone around me. So that's just an example, but it took me really, really deep, but then it set me free. So the dark night of the soul will keep coming. Actually, the more we ascend, but we will be able to manage it and we will embrace it and we will be like, whoa. And the important thing is to not run away from it. Not run away from it. So let's tune in and see a little bit what wants to come through. But as we are on year 7, and it's all about our spiritual commitment and starting to live a spiritual life on a completely new level, there will be an urge to advance our spiritual understanding. And in just 3 weeks, me and team starts the 6-month advance journey. And I want to really invite you that has this longing to understand more of ascension and advance your spiritual journey together with others. We are going to close the groups. It's not going to be so big because we have gotten information that it's not going to be too big. I will put the link. So if you feel within you that there's an urge, you have a longing to be with a group of maybe 200, 300, and to really, like, during a period of 6 months, dwell in and have like a support energetically, but also support emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and really diving in deep into tools of spirituality, of how to clear, activate, retrieve gifts. I really want to invite you to that. Okay, so let's tune in now. Beloveds, breathe. And as you're breathing into your heart, of course, again, we ask for the highest capacity of God's infinite love, light, and power. And we ask only for the highest to come in and come through. And we ask for full protection and connection by the eternal living light code of God. Karaya Sata Allah. So we're breathing into the heart. And as we're trying to relax into our heart, we might notice that there's a lot of activity in our field. In your auric field, you might notice that there's a huge amount of energy. So from your heart, breathe out peace, breathe out trust, breathe out safety. There's a very strong message from the Ascension Council coming through. As this new, higher intelligence ascension plan is being anchored in this here and now, they want to say to you that there will not be a fall in this incarnation, not like Lemuria, Atlantis, and Egypt. There will not be a fall in this incarnation. You can breathe this information into your systems, breathe this into your heart, into the depth, that you can now exhale. You can surrender and feel that you can activate safety into your field. And that safety start to come through your vertical line, your center column, as you breathe from Mother Earth up to Source and from Source down to Earth to strengthen your vertical center column. From Earth, there's actually Christ consciousness, crystalline vibration coming up. And from Source and from the solar systems, there's even more Christ consciousness, solar codes coming through. Breathe up and down and strengthen and activate your Christ consciousness safety into your vertical column. From earth, crystalline strengthening, and from source, solar energy. Kuruna ara tarana kurututianaya. Kuruishia sanaishia. Now expand these safety codes out to your cellular memory. Exhale into your cells with your intention to exhale and relax your cells. Surunaranakishia. Now there's actually beautiful Lyra codes coming into your cellular memory, and the Lyrans are accessing cellular healing into the trauma memories of your cells. Breathe. They're coming in like beautiful green blue vibrations into your field, and with your intention bring them into your cells. Rutarana kiatarana kurusunayanaya. Ikiatarana kushia. Allowing your cellular memory to be healed, clearing devastation, the falls, and the fears, and installing safety codes. Exhale to relax. Inhale to surrender. The Lyrans are pouring in this green emerald mixed with blue ray vibration into your vertical column, giving you divine power. And now expand this all out to your entire auric field. In this moment, you're being given this crystal ball, Lyran vibration. You might see it as this blue-green light, and you can bring it into your root chakra, activating safety into the root. Bring it out to your sacral chakra, activating safety into your sacral chakra. Bring it up to your solar plexus, activating safety into your solar plexus. Activating it up to your heart chakra, activating safety into your heart chakra. Bring it up to your throat, activating safety into your throat. Lyran activation into your third eye, activating safety into your third eye. Up to crown, activating safety into your crown. Through your 7 primary chakras, expanding it out to all of your 12 energy bodies. Trust that you can do this, that you have the power, as your intention is everything. Beautiful. Bring this vibration into your heart. I am peace. I am compassion. And I am loving forgiveness. Now feel, sense, visualize how you're emanating these codes out. And from your auric field, you're emanating it out to the whole collective. Ki ataarana kurotosonoya, iki atarana otorono ikiti asanaya. Breathing, coming back to your body, into this here and now, into this present moment, into the room where you're sitting, and we ask to seal all of this work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, so be it, so be it. It is done. Breathe up and down and come slowly back. And for you that feel that you need to be around your soul tribe, please come together. There's some in-person gatherings. If you feel that you want to come physically and gather with your soul tribe, I have one spot left to my 9/9 gathering in Stockholm. 9 portal gathering on Saturday. Then I'm flying to Denmark for the Angelic Congress. If you want to be there, we're going to be 1,000 people. And then going to Portugal to do the work with Diana Cooper. So sometimes if we have the financial ability, and if we can in our family situation, if we can come to in-person gatherings, it can be other events, it can be really activating because it goes beyond our human self into understanding. Beloved, I love you, I honor you. For you that usually and have been really connected to my work for a long time, know that you are part of kind of my like spiritual crew, and you're probably being deeply prepared for the galactic DNA activation in 2 weeks also, because I'm ready to visit all 12 stargates with you and ready to activate all 12 strands of DNA. Next level. I'm wishing you a beautiful September, beloveds. And if you missed parts of the live, please go back to it, or go back to it whenever you feel you need in September. If you found this live, uplifting, save it. And when you have this intense dark night of the soul, come back and listen to it, because it's channeled from our higher selves for an assistance. So I love you all very, very, very much. You all mean so much to me because you're really anchoring so much of the work together with me. I love you eternally. Mwah. Blessings.